So I have been on an Esquites kick lately. Let me show you how I make them. This can of corn cost 85 cents. The reason I call this a struggle meal is because it is very few ingredients. It's literally corn, mayonnaise, cheese, and I like putting hot Cheetos on them. I like the extra hot ones. First thing we have to do is drain this corn. All right, we're gonna dump the whole can of corn in there, so just shake that in there and get it all out. Beautiful. We're gonna put this on the heat. No butter, no oil. I might change my mind later. You do wanna make sure you stir this constantly, but I would leave it just for a little bit at least, just to let the corn toast up. So while the corn is cooking, we're just gonna go ahead and take our mayonnaise. We're gonna take the same spoon that we're gonna eat this stuff with, okay? We're not gonna waste anything here. We're just gonna take a scoop of mayonnaise. If it looks like it's not enough, right now it doesn't look like a lot to me, grab another half scoop and just add it a half scoop at a time. It's really easy to overdo the mayo in this. The corn is still cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and add some salt and pepper to it. I'm gonna add some MSG to this. Steam comes up from it. If you put your shaker can over the pot, the steam will actually get into here and make everything clump up. And I like this too because it gives me a visual representation of how much I'm putting in, and I don't have to dirty tablespoons or anything. Right now, the corn is hot. It's heated through. I'm gonna take it a couple extra minutes longer and just get some browning on these pieces of corn. Really, the best thing would be if you made this on the cob, like on a grill, and got those char marks on it, and then cut it off the cob and served it that way. Obviously, we're doing this on a budget, so we're using canned corn. So you can get a similar effect if you just toast it in the pan that you're using. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to crushing these chips because I feel like a lot of recipes, they'll tell you to crush them, but they won't tell you how. So I just take them in a bag like this. I try to squeeze as much air out of it as I can. First thing I do is I just get my hands on it and I lean on it just to crush it up a little bit. I don't want any full Cheetos in there. Now that I have that, I can shake it down and there will actually be more air freed up because there's less spaces between the chips. So I can get all that air out now and lay it down. And then we move on to my favorite part of doing this. I'm just gonna grab a rolling pin and start beating the shit out of it. So as I hit this, I'm just starting on one end and moving to the other. And I'm trying to make sure the whole rolling pin makes contact at the same time. Once you have it a pretty flat sheet like this, I just take it and I just use it like a rolling pin. I just make sure I get every little bit crushed on there. If you don't have a rolling pin, you can just get a pan and just set it on top of the bag and crush it that way. You really just want to make sure that you're not crushing it with air still in the bag. You want to get as much air out as possible. You'll smell the corn starting to develop color. It'll start to smell like burnt corn or like grilled corn. This is some good color we're getting over here. I can show you some of that right there. We're starting to get these brown little bits in here. It is starting to stick a bit. Dude, I might throw a little bit of oil in here. Use any oil you want. I have some of this leftover oil from a fry I did earlier. Just a kiss of it. I don't want this to be oily. We are drowning this in mayonnaise later, so. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes since I started. And now I have this really darkly colored corn right here. Now we're gonna take our bowl, and we're just gonna dump that corn straight in. You can make this look pretty. I'm mixing the mayo in right now, but to be honest with you, you could mix the cheese and the hot Cheetos in right now too. The chef me likes to make it look pretty. The patron me likes to devour it. So I like to satisfy both sides of my personality. So there we have the corn. I've kind of flattened it out because now we're going to take this Parmesan cheese. Now this is Parmesan and Romano. Traditionally, you use cotija cheese. I don't have that, and it's a little bit more expensive than this stuff. So I'm just going to use this. It works totally fine. It's not traditional, but it tastes really good. Now we're going to take this. So we have this nice dusting of Parmesan on there. Looking like Scarface's desk or a wintry day, depending on what age group the For You pages of TikTok this ends up on. We're going to just dump the hot Cheetos on there. Look at how fine we got those hot Cheetos to be from that rolling pin technique. It's really good technique, I'm telling you. I like to just flatten it out. And from here, you just mix it up. That's what it looks like mixed up. So now you just dig in. That's really good. It's not nutritious. There's mostly carbs. So don't get it twisted that this is like some high protein nutritious meal. I mean, I guess you could use Greek yogurt instead of mayonnaise, but you know what might actually work better? maybe, if you like blended up some cottage cheese and put that in there, because it's meant to be cheesy, you know? Somebody should really try that. That's how you make esquites.